Welcome back, everybody, to Two Guys, Three Crowns, the podcast about what it's really like to live in Stockholm, Sweden. Join me, Sean, and my fellow American Rodney as we explore the good, the bad, and the just plain weird.
2000. I was supposed to look up the lyrics. Party like it's 2020. 1999. February 9th is coming. Restrictions.
I think you should not accept the invitation to be the Masked Singer. I know they're accepting everybody nowadays, but I think you should reject this one. Just going to throw it out there. Even if it's the Swedish version.
The Swedish version. I'm sure I could talk my way onto that show.
Yeah, man, like even like now every country has its own version of reality TV. And here we have Swedish Idol, which normally precedes the Melody Festival, and then you get into if you win that, then you get into the Eurovision contest, which still doesn't make any sense. But they also they also have Swedish Master Chef, famously Swedish Master Cook, if we can say that on the air.
Yeah. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
But yeah, every time I see it, I'm like, it's too many memories. Rodney has a book with this thing. I can't deal with it. It's explicit. It's very explicit.
The old
Again,
message from my mom.
You got to go to the Instagram account. You got to see it for yourself.
You might have to dig a little bit for that one. Go in and see if you can find Rodney's cookbook. Rodney's cookbook.
Yeah. Digging for Rodney's cookbook. That again, you have to go find the original story. It'll make sense.
Yeah. Sean, I want you to do a voiceover, especially for me. I'm going to go ahead and set this up for you, and I want you to.
A world.
I want you to. Yes, I want you to give it a go.
Okay.
So here is the scene that I would like you to do. We're thinking kind of monster trucks, kind of monster truckish.
Sunday.
You kind of like that, kind of big movie release. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and give us February 9th, COVID restrictions being released in Sweden. And see if you can.
I can't even do this seriously now.
Yes, you can. Just give it a second to.
Scene. Here we go. Wednesday. All you can eat, all you can breathe. COVID is over, baby. Stockholm. That's where we are when we see the grave digger come out and everyone 100,000 people. That's all I got.
I like it.
Who
February
picks
9th.
Wednesday?
Yeah, February 9th.
Who's
Hump
picking
day.
a Wednesday? Let's pick a Monday. I just had a conversation with my mom. The only worse day to roll something out than a Wednesday is a Tuesday. Like, no one's liking this. It's like they picked it in spite. Like, everyone's just like, we want to do a Thursday because then you have Friday after it. And then it's like, party weekend. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Right,
or Saturday, Sunday, even a Monday. Like, we'll take the day off. No one's going to take anything seriously if you, unveil, COVID doesn't exist anymore in this country on a Monday. Yeah, whatever. Anything goes. But a Wednesday? Bro, get out of here.
I got one even better than that for you. How romantic do you feel on a Monday evening? Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day on a Monday, that's a hard sell.
Yeah, but that one you got to suck it up because then it's officially Valentine's Day. So you got to be like,
but that's
ordering your flowers ahead of time, make sure everything, and it's a tough thing too, because, you can't just be like order flowers to arrive at your significant other's workplace. Now you're ordering flowers to yourself to come to your house while you're there because we're all sitting at home until Wednesday.
Hey, the only thing worse than that would be like ordering flowers delivered by PostNord.
Like well, then they're never going to get there.
On a Monday. Hey, did you even know that they're not delivering mail every single day? I mean, I knew like weekends.
Me? I did not know this. What is this?
Yes, it's every other day now.
What?
It's every other day.
Then what are they doing? What is your job? Delivering every other day? Like you don't even deliver properly. What are we doing here, people? What are we doing?
Even know how do you define every other day? It's like I go out to the thing. I'm like, oh, no mail today. And Linda's like, remember, it's every other day. And I'm like, when did it start? So I can go back and count what every other day is.
And then on top of everything, it's PostNord. So then they're like, well, kind of technically yesterday was the other day. So now today is the day. But we decided that it's a red day. And then so tomorrow's going to be the other day. And then you get the alert and you go, wait, someone said a red day. I have to go to System Bulletin.
There we go. There we go. Get the race. Get the race going on. You saw from posts and probably some of the listeners that I got out of Dodge yesterday.
Yes.
That I decided that I was going to pack my backpack and head to the big city. I was like the country mouse, hopping on the Pendle train, going to the big city.
Like Ratatouille himself.
And I was on a mission because one, I was going to go ahead. I had a new little toy that I was going to pick up. And it's not, well, I mean, yes, it is a toy, but it's a technical toy. Now I really need to define that.
Okay, for everyone listening at home, it is not battery operated. It's something that holds his camera.
Yeah, I need to clarify that so that people don't think that I was going into the big city to buy battery operated toys.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Let your freak flag fly. You know, it's a podcast.
No. It's a gimbal. Just everybody, if you don't know what a gimbal is, go ahead and Google it.
Well, just make sure hamster is not included in your search topics. But yes.
Ooh, hamster gimbal. A hamster gimbal.
It's not a sex toy, we promise.
No. But that was one of the things that I had decided that I was going to go in and pick up this new, and it's right across the street from T-Centralen, Scandinavian Photo, which is like,
yes.
I mean, you walk into that place.
Let me try to set the scene because I have been across this place before. Yes. Yeah. It's like anytime I walk into any store that happens to have a guitar for sale on the wall, it's just like shiny, flashy toys everywhere. And then exactly what you said, the clouds in the sky, they part, and then there's this beam of sunshine that goes down upon you and goes, oh, your bank account is endless. Just buy stuff. Just buy stuff.
Yeah. But I felt a little funky when I went in there. I probably looked a little rough around the edges, just dressed the way that I was. I didn't have, not that I know what like shoppers would technically look like, but I went in there and I saw that there was like two people that were kind of paying special attention to me. Like the people that were working there. Cause I was looking, I thought I was just going to go in and grab this thing off the shelf, but there were multiples. So all of a sudden,
you see, when I have people that work for the store looking at me, I already trigger into, there was a button to take a deli ticket counter thing that I didn't do, and they know, and the game's exposed. You're not from here, are you?
Right. Well, the thing about it is I caught the guy kind of staring, and it wasn't like that, hey, I should go over and ask that guy if he needs help. It wasn't that kind of a stare. It was more kind of a, I wonder if I'll get to the door before he does. It was that kind of a look. So I'm standing there looking at these two shelves, comparing the two items, and then I go in on my phone and I'm like looking a little bit just to find out, but I don't have my glasses on. So I reach into my jacket I reach into my jacket, and once you get that kind of weird feeling that that people are watching and stuff, so I'm reaching into my jacket to grab my glasses, and at the corner of my eye, I see the guy kind of looking over, so I pull it out almost as if it's I just make sure that he sees that I'm actually not
your glasses.
Yeah. I'm not sticking things in my jacket. I'm actually pulling things out so that I can make a. No.
Given the last topic we just talked about, you're pulling out your glasses.
Right. Yes. Yes. But I did manage to go ahead and one of the people did come over and he says can I help you? And I was like, well, I'm trying to decide between these two. And he's like, well, that one's good. And yeah, that one's good too. And I was like, whew, boy, I'm sure glad
Man, you're
that
a good salesman. Everything's good.
Really,
everything works.
You really got me there. I'm hankering to. But yes, I got that. And then my adventure in the city continued because I had already decided that I was going to go ahead and pay a visit to Danielle at Pie to the People. I hadn't told her. I did go in just to make sure that she was going to be open. Hopped on the tunnelbana, got off at Östermalmstorg, 50-50 chance of which one to go up, right? Left or right?
Oh,
left
yes.
or right?
Always.
Yeah, I choose the right one, and I pretty much ended up on the other side of town. I couldn't have gone up in
For those
in a wrong
of the people that are maybe listening in the U.S., there's this thing that happens in European metro underground subways, we would call them, where if you go one direction, you will end up somehow inexplicably 2 miles away from your intended destination when you could have just turned right and walked up the stairs and you would have been right on their doorstep.
Yeah. So Rodney chose wrong, which was good because I burned off some extra calories on the way over there.
Always good.
But that was and then the Google Map thing was just off. I mean, I'm off. Google Maps is off. I'm walking up and down these blocks, trying to figure out because the addresses on one side don't really correspond to the addresses
at least
on the
you
other.
Can read the street names. Imagine me. I'm like,
yeah, but it was the numbers. I told you. I mean, math is not my thing. It's But, okay, so I walk one block past where I was supposed to be, and I look over, and there's a line coming out of this line across the street coming from this little hot dog place.
Oh, nay.
It's like this little itty-bitty hot dog place, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, how are there 25 people in line on a Sunday?
An Instagram thing.
With nobody, and guess what the name of the place was?
Pie to the People.
Nope. Bruno's.
Oh, no.
Bruno's.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's like Bruno's hot dog
about
thing.
Bruno. No.
Hey, well, some people didn't get the memo because obviously people are talking because there were 30 people lined up at this hot dog stand.
7-foot frame, right so long as back. Bro, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight now. I'm going to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and have this.
So we have yet another thing that we need to go ahead and do. We have to go back to this place and have
I don't need any more encouragement for Bruno. I don't.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll go to Pie to the People, eat cookies, and then we'll go have hot dogs.
I like that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
But I did eventually find Danielle's spot. Cozy little place, and went in and surprised her, and she seemed happy to see me. I was happy to see her. Grabbed a cup of coffee, sat down, caught up with her, and then bought a dozen cookies, which I was going to say they still are. I didn't eat all of them, but
it's past that.
Fantabulous.
It's okay.
Amazing cookies.
Man, I just want to give a shout out to her for making the dream come true. Coming from thinking about the idea to then she had her situation on Instagram of selling stuff on Instagram, and now it's a real brick and mortar store. Man, props to everyone out there. Props to her. Props to everyone out there who pulls that stuff off. For me, that's amazing.
Yes. And I'm going to remind everybody that it is a pop-up. It is a pop-up location. So if you have not been to Pie to the People yet,
The clock
Östermalm
is ticking.
Yeah, I'll even tell you, like, well, it'd probably be better if I didn't give you directions. You just go in and either Instagram and Facebook, check out the links finder. But yeah, shout out to Danielle. Glad that I finally made it over there, and yeah, it was just a really nice.
Yeah,
visit.
I know. And now that COVID won't exist on Wednesday here, I got to go in myself.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So for all those people listening in America, apparently Rodney opened my eyes to this situation as well. We don't have restrictions as of Wednesday. Tell me how this works.
Yeah, Wednesday, everything's done. We're back to normal on Wednesday. Everything. Now, I think that there's probably some travel stuff that they're still keeping in place because you can't just you can't just let everything go back to normal. But hey, you can actually stay out after 11 o'clock in the evening without turning into a pumpkin. I believe that everything is going to be opened up. Hey, we don't have any like liability issues, right? Going out with podcasts saying that everything is released.
Hey, man, we're not on Spotify. We don't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
We don't got Joe Rogan style audiences. We don't have to worry about Jack.
All right. I don't want people knocking down my door, dragging me out to be like, yeah. So your last
First
podcast,
Amendment, mother.
Yeah. If restrictions actually get lifted on Thursday and everybody goes out on Wednesday because we said it was Wednesday. But yeah, supposedly things are supposed to go back to normal-ish, I guess.
Well, as we always say, we were always social distancing anyway, right?
As we always say, the check is in the mail. No, it's but it's a little weird because I talked to my mom day before yesterday, and she said that where she's living is actually cracking down again. That they've started shutting down certain
and
areas.
She's in
and
Hawaii, right?
No, she's in the Bay Area. She's in.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in the SF Bay Area, but yeah, so that's kind of funky. But it seems like more and more people that I'm talking to, there's a lot of people getting sick, not like super, sick, but there's a lot of people catching this thing. And
yeah, I found that too. Like
spreading.
With people relaying stories and stuff like that. It's either with this latest round, you either don't feel anything or you feel real, like flu level 6. So yeah, heart goes out to people.
So I had posted a question on Instagram, which went ahead and went to Facebook. And one of the questions that we got was actually from Jermaine. And Jermaine was asking, I believe how February 9th, what are we going to do? How does it affect, what are our plans? And I don't have it here. Talk for a minute, Sean. I'm going to look up to see exactly what it was.
Yeah, so basically, because I know how these polls go, I also had to submit a question, and I asked, what's the deal with caviar, quote unquote, in Sweden? Because we all know it ain't caviar. It's just not. But also, caviar in Sweden, if you want the little fish egg roe kind of thing, let me tell everybody right now, you need the seaweed caviar. It's the best tasting one. It's the right amount of salt. It's the right amount of herbiness. It's just the best one. And it's plant-based, so you can't go wrong.
Okay.
But I will defer back to you again. Somebody talked about Wednesday the 9th.
Right. Jermaine said, how will you react on February 9th? And I've actually thought about that because first I got like really psyched. I was like, oh yes, February 9th, restrictions are gone. I mean,
But it's a Wednesday.
My old butt,
How
my old
excited
butt
can
is
you be
typically
for a
up
Wednesday?
after 11 o'clock in the evening anyway. So
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You're sitting there on like a Tuesday, like ready to pop the bubbly.
yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think that it's gonna. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna adversely I don't think it's really gonna affect me day to day. But
maybe
it
that is
gonna,
the exact point. It is the most Swedish way to celebrate the end of COVID. Like, let's just put it on a Wednesday. That way it's not a party. There won't be a run on system. There won't be like too many lines at Coop or Ica or anything. We'll just put it on a Wednesday and then everyone will be respectful. And then here, like me and you are just like, Wednesday! Whoa!
Yeah, I have a feeling Wednesday might end up being like midsummer. I mean, there might be.
What was the old, like, what was that, a Kiss song? Saturday.
Yeah, I don't. So I don't know. I don't think that it's going to affect me. Like I said, there's still a ton of people going around getting sick and spreading stuff. So, still being cautious, still washing my hands every other week. I mean, I'm just gonna, do my
taking a shower every couple months. You know how it goes. It is what it is. Yeah. Hey, for all the people out there that don't think we exist, we proved it this week, did we not?
Yeah, and that wasn't even me doing Photoshop stuff. I mean, we actually
fist bumped at some point.
Yes, we did. Yeah, it was really nice to see you in person. We hooked up at Hard Rock, Stockholm, on Odengatan, because it's close to everything, close to your bus, close for me to hop on the train and skedaddle.
Always convenient.
But I filled you in when I got there, because I got there a couple minutes before you got there.
Yes.
And it was like walking into a Western saloon. It was like
it just needed like the little tumbleweed.
Yeah. Because it was like there was nobody in the bar. Everything was kind of roped off, and I was standing by the little podium thing to get in, and nobody was looking. And finally, a gentleman came over to me and said, "Yeah, can I help you?" And I was like, "Yeah, are you guys open?"
No, you should have gone to like the, "Can you help me? Can I help you?" Like, give him like the, Listen, cowpoke, this restaurant ain't big enough for the two of us.
Hey, the other night it didn't seem like it was big enough for any of us, because there was no problem finding a table to sit at.
Yeah, but I do appreciate, like, if there's anyone who's a musician out there, when you walk into like a store that smells your instruments, it smells of your instruments. So like if you're a violinist, you're probably like similar to me, like they sell the same things in a guitar store or like whatever. But like you walk in there and you breathe it in and then you go,
right.
Oh yeah. That's like 60-year-old nitrocellulose lacquer up on the wall. I can smell that, It's just like this thing. Like, also, if you walk into some place and it smells like incense, like some people were, let's say, quote unquote, alternative.
Right.
Then you're just like, it kind of smells like Guitar Store in here. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
But it was nice to be out and about. I mean, it was the first time that you and I had actually seen each other in person in a while, and it had been a long time since I'd just been kind of out in general. It was nice. We grabbed a couple of classic cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
and
we were Basic Betty's. We ordered literally the exact same thing. I was like, I'm going to have to look for another burger on this plate. Like, I was 2 seconds away from, like, getting the sliders just so I
Right.
wouldn't have to order the same thing as you. But I'm just like, I know that's the thing I want. So you got to go with it. Got to follow your heart.
Yeah.
Can never go wrong, as the Sandlot taught me.
Right. Hey, but it was nice to be out. And we were joking about how empty it is, or how empty it was, but hopefully all of these businesses will go ahead and start seeing an increase and pick it up. Because I know that a lot of places, just a lot of businesses in general, but especially restaurants and stuff. So it's nice to see that Hard Rock was still there serving burgers, and hopefully on Wednesday.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it is definitely a thing. So I've got a few restaurants in front of my place that I have here in Hammarby Hustad. So you got to support them, keep them going. And then because, we're on the loose on Wednesday. So got to make sure that they're still there and ticking and being healthy for you guys. So support your locals.
Yeah. Right. Hey, I don't know. The third question that we got actually was from my friend Kwame, who asked about us ever thinking about going stateside or moving back to the States. And I think that, I think that's one of those regular questions that I've gotten since moving here like 15 years ago. And I'm going to put my answer is going to be like this, that I don't know. I haven't completely counted it out. It's not off the table. But we've been, life has been pretty busy doing the life thing over here. Definitely
the life thing. I love the way you put that. The life thing. I'm going to recycle that.
Yeah, it's the life thing. But I would say that it's not completely off the table for me. I mean, we'll see. We got chapters opening and closing all the time, and
I love that. I love the expression chapters opening and closing. Well, we talked about this, you and I, when we were out in real life. We were in real life eating burgers. Yeah, we're kind of feeling the tug and pull of like, imagine the wifey, she isn't even from the U.S., but like we have so many roots and friends there, so we're feeling the pull back, and I think a lot of expats probably go through this kind of thing, especially the past 2 years almost at this point.
All right, everyone, that is
COVID
all
and
the time we
everything,
have
like,
for this
totally
week's
cut off.
episode.
There's no
As
option for
always, thank
travel
you
unless
so
have
much
that
for tuning
passport
in.
to go back to the
Be
country.
sure if we have any
where
new
you're from.
listeners out
So,
there, I'm sure
like,
we
I
do.
think there's
Go into Apple Podcasts or
a
wherever
big
you are listening to this pod
going
right
on,
now.
especially with
Leave us a rating, a review.
Definitely
It
think about
always
it. Not
helps
that this
ever so
podcast is
much.
ever gonna be
Then head over to our Instagram, see what we
Then
got cooking over there,
I can be-
and then
imagine
come back here next time
me sitting in
for more Two Guys,
sunny Florida,
Three
Miami,
Crowns.
sipping a mojito and Rodney freezing his cookies off. In Sweden, I'm
Freezing
like,
my-
how's the smoked salmon?
sitting over here freezing my Swedish caviar off.
Quote unquote caviar. Get out of here with that stuff.
But that's it's a tough one. So that's like a tricky answer. Is that a tricky answer? Was that evasive? Was that?
I don't
it
know.
wasn't,
I think
right?
it's different
That's
for
what we're
every.
saying.
Let's be honest for a second. I think it's different for every person. Like, you're married to a Swede, so you have much deeper roots into the community. You actually speak Swedish, so it's like a different kind of calculus for you than it is for us that are we're almost in our own bubble. I wouldn't call it a bubble, but like it's not even near like the level of like family that you can get here. So
Well, you're like isolation
yeah,
kind of a deal. No, I get that. I mean, the hardest part of being over here, again, is just the fact that, my mom calls and I have to be there quickly. It's like, I'm on my way. I'll see you in 24 hours.
Yeah. And
if
imagine,
that.
like, even for me, when I was in Miami, so I come from the northeast of the U.S., So it's very white. It's it's kind of like the Midwest in a lot of the culture and a lot of things like that. So it is like the Northeast and all that stuff, but whatever. But when I moved to Miami, that's culture shock number one. And people are like, my bosses would say, oh, my grandmother died. And I have to go to El Salvador or Honduras or Colombia tomorrow. Like, it doesn't matter what the cost of the airplane ticket is. You get on the plane and you go tomorrow, because in Latin culture, that is what happens. Like, you go the next day and you bury the person the next day. So it's like, it just becomes this totally different shift of mindset, you know? Like, imagine if, I don't even know what would be the kind of parallel for being over here. It would just be crazy. You'd be spending like $2,000 to fly back to, I don't know, Nicaragua or something like that. It would just be absolutely unreasonable. So I mean, plus with COVID, like, enlightened a lot of people for a lot of things of like what's really powerful for themselves, and like that connection to family as they're getting older. Like, now that we have the Cookie Monster, who hopefully is asleep, to let them enjoy him and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's like, it's hard. It was easier when we could say, oh, we're two adults and we're by ourselves, and, you know, we just escaped to Europe for a little bit. But then when it's like another one, like, you want to give back, you know, so it's tough.
Yeah. On this topic, and to round this episode off, I will go ahead and do a little cliffhanger and saying I actually have some kind of exciting news that I will share.
Oh, please tell me this is not like a Game of Thrones style cliffhanger either. Like, let's resolve. You better be ready to resolve it.
Oh, yeah. I promise. I'll even have a song. I promise. Episode 136. I will have a song, a proper song ready, and a little bit of news.
Ooh.
All right, everyone. That is all the time we have for this week's episode. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure, if we have any new listeners out there, I'm sure we do, go into Apple Podcasts or wherever you are listening to this pod right now. Leave us a rating, a review. It always helps ever so much. Then head over to our Instagram, see what we got cooking over there, and then come back here next time for more Two Guys, Three Crowns.